Let me be clear. The media is biased. I have spent a lifetime in the media. I spent 10 years as a White House correspondent, surrounded by my friends from other major news organizations. They're liberals. They just are.
Can John McCain continue to narrow that gap and turn this situation around for his campaign in just 3 weeks? Bill Salmon is Fox News Washington Deputy Managing Editor.
This clip that we've been showing where Barack Obama told a plumber that, he wants to spread the wealth around. That's anathema to conservatives. That's the same as saying spread the misery around. That's basically tantamount to socialism. That is tantamount to socialism. If McCain is going to have any chance of moving ahead, he's got to turn this economic discussion from something that's been hurting him for the last couple of weeks to something that can help him by focusing on what to do about the economy in the future, not, gee, look how bad the economy has gotten in the last couple of weeks.
The Deputy Managing Editor of our D.C. Bureau, Bill Salmon, joins us now. Socialism has been one of the biggest words we've heard tossed around in the past couple of days. And in a second, I want to pull up a couple quotes that you found earlier in one of Barack Obama's books.
If you read the autobiography of Barack Obama, as I have done his first autobiography, it's very telling. He talks a lot about, these words that are getting tossed around now, socialism and liberalism and Marxism came up in this Biden interview with the TV anchor. And Barack Obama talks about these terms in his books. And he was drawn to Marxists, he was drawn to liberals, he was drawn to socialists by his own admission as a young man. So I think even though he postures as a moderate now as a presidential candidate, I think his heart is really towards the hard left.
This is relevant at this time because people might say, what's the point at this point? But the reason is because there's been so much discussion about socialism and Marxism. And this is taken from Senator Barack Obama's own words. This is dreams from my father.
Meantime, Joe Biden calls links to Obama and Marxism ridiculous. But there's somebody that might agree with those statements. Barack Obama. He writes in his book, Dreams from My Father, that in college, he chose his friends carefully so as not to appear a sellout. Among his friends, Marxist professors. Among his activities, attending socialist conferences. Bill Salmon.
Bill Salmon is here.
Now that the words Marxist and socialist are being thrown around out there in the news cycle, I thought it was interesting to go back and revisit what Barack himself said about Marxists and socialists in his book. And it turns out he was drawn to Marxists and socialists as a young man. Then you look later at life where his association with Bill Ayers, the radical, you look at his association with the Reverend Wright. It does make you wonder whether indeed some of his leanings in his college days still carry through today, only are a little bit more fuzzed up because he's a politician who's running for high office. And I think it's worth examining.
Hey, Bill Salmon, thanks for your research this morning. We look forward to seeing you again. Very, very interesting.
Thank you, guys.